Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I was just lowering the volume because I think and I hope. Alright, there's the message that we're live. I think and I hope that this the coming videos will actually be louder and more stable audio-wise than let's pause the video right there. It's perfect because it just faded out. The music did. One second. Anyway, I had some trouble with my, like, if you notice, I let the song play a little bit more than usual, because, I was gonna start streaming, and then all of a sudden, bam! Streamlabs OBS is like, hey, fuck you. You need to update your graphics card driver. And this happened, like, right after Streamlabs OBS downloaded a huge update, which got a little, I was like, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Like, right before I started streaming, I had to wait for a big-ass update. I was like, that should be fine, right? Like, I've been doing this for months. Even before I started this whole marathon, this whole Road to Endwalker, like, Final Fantasy Appreciation Marathon, for months, I've been doing this. Right? Like, over a year. No problems. And then, bam! It just suddenly, like, nope, you gotta update your graphics card driver. So I had to do that and then restart my computer, and that took, like, 30 minutes. I was supposed to start, like, 30 minutes ago. So now I'm all nervous, and I'm trying to check all my settings really quick while I'm going live and making sure people can hear me, and the music's going through. So far, the audio levels, it looked like they were going through. Everything looks fine. I can see the chat. Levy, hi. Appreciate the hearts. I see you. And so, yeah, it's just like, what a mess. Like, I did not expect to run into technical issues like that at the last minute. So yeah, that's why I was kind of like, what the fuck? Now, the reason I lowered the desktop audio, or sorry, yeah, the reason I lowered the audio while the music was playing, I think I just explained it. It's because hopefully, unlike FF13, these videos will actually be a little bit louder, I think. If they sound too quiet, I'll go ahead and raise the volume again so you guys can hear it okay. But, for now, I'm returning it to the default, which is 60. So, that should hopefully work out. 60% volume. Yeah, it should be good. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So for those curious about the music, as always, I'd like to show it, so I'll play a little bit more of it as I transition over. Let's see. Hit play. Like, it's just another version of FF6. We've just been hearing this over and over. Here we go. Hey everybody! Welcome back. I would say another FF13 stream, but no, we're finally done. That was 13 parts? No, 14. If you split into 2-hour segments. But here's the music. As always, I'm using Final Fantasy Main Series All Final Boss Themes, uploaded by Navi Casada. And I've said this a million times, I wish we still had the normal battle music. But that video got taken down. Same uploader too, Navi Casada did it, but it's just not around anymore. I don't know what happened to it, so... Sorry folks, I wish I could bring that up for you. But yeah, it's not a thing anymore. Anyway, let's see, what else there to do? Oh, that's it, I didn't really have any big announcements. I guess I'll just go ahead and, let's just get right into it. I'll go ahead and start explaining how this is going to work for Final Fantasy 14 1.0. Let's see, let's go ahead and, actually I don't want to close the tab, because then the outro is sloppy, because then I have to go find it again. Let's just switch over. Leave that tab open, hopefully it doesn't slow down the video. Okay, so how it's going to work. See, here's Final Fantasy 13. All 12 parts. Of course, for me it was 14 because fast forward here and there, and I do 2-hour segments instead of 3. But, so from this point on, the intro is actually in this one right here. See this video right here? This is actually already here. The only reason I still have this is because this shows the title screen. It's a little bit of history. So we're going to go through a little title screen, then I'll skip over to this video, which shows the exact same intro, nothing's cut out, and then go in straight into the cutscenes. Now, the way the cutscenes are set up in that video right there that we're going into next, it shows the intro sequence for all 3 city-states, Gridania, Ul'dah, and Limsa. And then it goes into the main story where it all converges after that, just like Realm Reborn. It's pretty similar. And then after that, it goes, that whole video, it's 7 hours, because it goes all the way to the very end of the game, the main part. Afterwards is the post-game, which is the transition to Realm Reborn, before they shut the servers down. That's this video right here. It's about 12.5 minutes. And then there's some extra content, which is basically... Apparently there were Hildebrand quests for 1.0, which explains how the ones in A Realm Reborn start, actually. Those are a nice little short snippet. We won't get to all this in one stream. You know I do 2-hour segments, so... And then we have the last moments of 1.0 right here. I'll skip around in those videos, because it's mostly just in-game footage that players took. And then there's also a documentary series that I'll show small bits and pieces of. I won't show the whole thing. But, you know, you guys can look it up and watch it yourselves if you're interested, because it's pretty long. It's like 2 hours, roughly, if you watch all 3 parts in one go. And that'll be that for FF14 1.0. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So again, a few seconds of this video just to see the title screen. Then we'll just skip to the next video, which shows the exact same intro. So, double check and make sure... Okay, there's that. As always, I'm going to hit play, listen for audio, and then check to make sure it's actually piping through on Streamlabs. No, looks good. It just barely reaches the yellow segment. So, I think it's gonna work. Now, let me see that title screen in full screen. Final Fantasy XIV Online. Start, opening movie, credits, quit. This is a very simple title screen right here. Patch version 1.23. I don't know when they took this. 2010 to 2012. Square Enix Co. Ltd. All rights reserved. Damn. Right after FF13 Original launched. I think it was just a few months later, or maybe a year later at most. Oh! That satisfying fucking start sound right there. 2010 copyright. See, there it says 2010, 2013. But that title screen said 2012. I don't fucking know. So yeah, I think it starts right here, the other part of the video I was talking about. This one. It should start here. It just skips the title screen, the part where we hit start. So, let's see. And yep, nailed it. Alright, now we just get to sit back and watch. Just like with FF13. Except we don't have to be fast forwarding through battles, because it's just, you know. Also, I'm in full screen, so I won't be able to see chat. Probably gonna have to do that janky ass thing where I pull up my tablet again so I can read chat when I'm in full screen for this. Also, our little buddy's back. He's taking over the stream. He's the cam streamer now. Simone, I say. He's watching you. I'm sending him over here so he can watch, but... Okay, so I am gonna have to raise the volume again, because this is super quiet. Yeah. I can already tell through my headphones it's way too quiet, so... Yep, we're raising it up. Just like FF13 all over again. Jesus Christ. I attribute it to surround sound. I might have to raise this one a little higher, actually. Jesus, it's really quiet, this one. Yeah, I'm gonna raise it up just a tiny bit more. I need it to be reaching the yellow bars.
Choose as you will, Midlander.
I'm gonna wait till some action starts happening, which is in like a couple seconds. Okay, now it's getting loud. It's at 90% volume right now. I think 90% is good for now. Yep. Alright, 90% is good. I hope. I'll have to check next stream to see if I wasn't being drowned out by this. Alright, let's see what the fuck we missed, because I missed the dialogue just because I was checking for the audio. What did they say? I saw bits and pieces of this like a long ass time ago, so I don't actually remember. He's so young here. Excuse me.
How long must we wait? I grow weary of the company.
The feeling, my dear, is mutual.
Oh my god!
Ah,
The
well,
razzing! The chirps!
as long as the coin is good.
Bah, you'd sell your own mother if the coin was good.
My
Oh my god!
write down and help me decide.
My father too, instead of saying fuck that.
Am I
So you'd sell your own mother. Damn. You were harsh.
Choose as you will, Midlander.
This beast
Our
in a
fate
frenzy the likes I've never seen.
Look out! He's right on top of us!
Move, lass, move!
Our fate is in your hands, he says. You don't know the half, buddy. You don't know the half. Right on. Lalafell healer. Rogadin warrior. And our main character here is an archer. Another tank. Seems like a gladiator. Sword and shield. I like that they start this trailer or opening movie with, by the way, it's long. It's like 8 minutes. They started with a Marlboro, which is crazy because, like, they've always been known to be assholes. Like, they fucking hate Marlboros in almost 90% of Final Fantasy games. And then their bad breath. You got no protection against it, can be like an instant game over. Oh shit! Get him! Can archers do that? Can they shoot like a flaming arrow that blows up? That was fucking cool. Two tanks, an archer, and a white mage. I think it was a flawless healer. I'm gonna assume white mage, archer, paladin, warrior. Although I think they had different names back then. I don't know. Now we got fancy tower-like airships like an FF-12 and a flying dragon over there. That airship just got back up. It crashed and then just said, "Nope, I'm fine." Yeah, this music though. I think for FF14 1.0, which is what we're watching right now, we'll find out the name of that ship later. I think Nobuo Uematsu did a lot of the music at first. And then Soken took over afterwards for like Realm Reborn and all that. Although some of the music from 1.0 did make it into Realm Reborn, but mostly for like Fates and stuff. At least I'm thinking of the battle music mostly. It looks like a meteor shower, but it's literally just all-out war up in the sky. Also, how the hell did our hero end up there? He's on one of the ships! He just woke up on it! See how this looks somewhat similar to FF12? Dude, that dragon is gigantic. It wrapped itself around the entire ship. Literally squeezed the life out of it. think it kind of hurt itself in the process, though. Guy's like, what the fuck is going on, dude? It's very self-inserting, isn't it? Because you're watching this opening movie and you're also thinking, what the fuck is going on, dude? You're just as confused and lost as this guy. Different? That's like Titan. Espers! That was a really bad acid trip.
His reverie.
So nice of you to join us again.
Yeah, where the fuck have you been? Like, what's wrong with him?
Don't keep us in suspense. This one. Start with this one. Ah, he speaks.
Can we go now?
The dude knows how to talk.
Let us give the bard something to sing about.
Well, you'll give him something to sing about, right? He knows. It's like, we go with this one? We're in for one hell of a journey. That's Final Fantasy XIV Online, folks. Hell of an intro. Also, I'm noticing little glitches in the video. It's gotta be because of my graphics card driver being updated, which I had to do for Streamlabs OBS to actually work, so... If it continues, that's what it is. I'm sorry. Streamlabs said, fuck you, if you don't do this, you can't stream, so... So if you see little black flashes and like all that stuff, I don't know, was part of the video if it was my graphics card. It sucks, but I can't do anything about it.
Here. Feel. Think.
Here, feel, think. Sentience? Sounds like it. Oh yes, this is where the endless reading starts. So as I said for FF14 before, I think I'm going to be selective about what I read and what I don't. Here, I'll probably be reading a lot of it because it's just the main cutscenes of the story, which is obviously I was planning on reading those when they're not voiced over. What I was planning on skipping over was just miscellaneous NPC dialogue, which again, there's a lot of that in Realm Reborn. But for most of this, I'll probably be reading what I can, and then if I start to get tired, I'll be like, okay, this guy's not that important. You can read it yourself. I'll let this go on its own because the way he talks, I'm not even going to try to voice that out. Hold on, I think I can do this actually. You know what? I'm gaining some confidence. Let me try it. I haven't had to voice over a lot since FF9, I think. As always, it's just narration. I try to add a little, you know, to it, but don't expect me to try to act like a 10 out of 10 voice actor. I'm not. Okay, so I think this is how you pronounce this, if this is how he's talking. The seas tonight be tougher than a tussle with a 10-gil oar. And angry when she finds out you left the last of your coin in the bar. Damn! That's a hell of a first line. A 10-gil whore. But because of the accent, didn't say the WH part. But there it is, obviously. That is great. This must be Limsa's opening. Even angrier when she finds out you spent the last of your coin at the bar. That's what I would ask for the money up front. that? It's kind of loud.
I might have to turn it down.
This is louder than the opening movie. I might have to turn it down in a minute.
All hands to boarding!
Hurry back to your cabin, lest you become the sea's next.
She won't hold much longer!
A brave one.
She's like, I'm not going back down there. Does she?
Mind the stations, men! Still the damn goblin!
They got murdered.
God's forfend.
Shit.
Make yourself useful, Scrag!
And that's a random encounter out at sea, huh?
Running away! Now they're coming back! What's going on?
Never seen anything like it.
Brace yourself!
Walk free, believe the
Is that Leviathan?
land's alive, so believe.
Oh, yeah, it is. Looks a little different at first, but I recognize it. I thought it was like a very different design from Realm Reborn, but no, it's actually pretty much the same. Whew. Rough night out at sea, huh? Jesus. Alright, yeah, before it goes any further, let me lower it back down. This is much louder than the opening movie. I know my voice is gonna get drowned out a lot, so I gotta lower this back down a little bit. I'll put it down, back down to like 65. That should work. Let's see. Perfect. It was just the opening movie that I had to have it a lot louder. I love the theme music that we just heard like a little small snippet of when we saw Leviathan there. I forgot the name of it. It's really good though. I bet they're all just thrilled to be alive. After all that shit. Excuse me. That's a hell of an intro, dude. I'd be pretty impressed to start playing an MMO and see that as the opening. Aside from the actual opening movie, but to see that after you like make a new character and start a new game, that's pretty intense. They always go all out on presentation. I've said it before. Square Enix, I mean.
The Skywatchers saw a storm along their route. I get to be first to say
No fair!
Oh, there we go. More text dialogue. Why, look what the tides carried in today, mates. Another fearless adventure, newly come to this forsaken land to save us from our woes. The name's Baderon, and this most hospital of Ostries is the Drowning Wench. Hostelry, sorry. They don't say the H. I ain't got nothing against your type, but I feel it's me civic duty to tell you. Eorzea has no place for the light of art. What with slaver and beastmen and power-hungry Imperials, I reckon you'd be well advised to scamper off to whatever boat ye... Have to hit X. To keep it going. Whatever boat you came from. And ride her all the way back to your mommy's teat. What's this now? A lad says he's seen a mighty sea beast? You ain't the first drylander to come in here spouting such bilge, and nor will you be the last. I don't know how fast the player goes through the dialogue, so that's why I pause. Alright, Baderon. Why isn't this working correctly? Hey, I have a fellow witness, though. Why, look what else the tides carried in today, mates! And if this one ain't a pretty flower all decked in fancies. Hitting on her? Came to the Drowning Wench. Wait, see? That one was hella fast. He's inconsistent. Came to the Drowning Wench to play adventurers with me and me boys, eh? Oh, she's gonna fucking bitch-slap him for that. Boys? Why, perhaps I'm in the wrong establishment. I heard I would find men here. Oh! The chirps! Your stole is in proper form. Men who could provide me with information on a certain treasure I've heard whispers of. What do you got? Ooh, a feisty one. Aye, I could tell you all about the hidden treasure as could any of these scrags. Not a soul in Limsa wouldn't want to get his hands on that there bounty. A feisty one. They had to use that line. I'll have to update that later. Just some more technical issues. Nothing to do with the stream, though. Well, yes, but indirectly. But here's the rub. 'Tis rumored to be buried on a tiny island by the name of Seal Rock, and ain't nobody but them grunts what call themselves Knights of the Barracuda, or them scholarlies over at Mailvan's Gate allowed within 50 malms of the place. The text is so tiny. I'm tripping over my words. In other words, not one of your boys has the stones to find a way past those obstacles and onto that rock. What a peaceful little town this is. Your boys. It's the boys. Peaceful. This cesspool ain't nothing but a boil on Eorzea's ass, and it'd be festering with more scum than you'll find in me pub's privy. In case you didn't notice, lass, the town's crawling with pirates, and I don't mean the kind with parrots and eye patches. I mean the kind that like making what's yours theirs and don't mind cutting a few throats while they're about it. There's a war going on twixt rival factions, Roswin and her sanguine sirens, against Carvalian and his Kraken's arms. With each and every one of them looking to dispose of Limsa's new admiral and take the spot for themselves. Problem is, they're too busy ripping out each other's gizzards to get round to doing the chief himself. And we can't forget about them fishbacks now, can we? The Sahagin been breathing down Limsa's neck for nigh on 5 years. And there ain't no signs of him letting up. What of the Empire? The $1 million question. Why, they're just sitting up there in Garlemald, waiting for this city to burn so they can fly down here in their aeroships and sweep up the embers. Surely the Garleans would not declare war on an independent Eorzean Commonwealth this far south. Balls, balls, lass! The Imperials declare what they like, and re-educate them what think different. Any sprat on the spit knows that. You ain't from around these parts, are you? You could say that, but I plan on staying, so do not think this the last you will see of me. I wonder where she came from. Now wait, where was I? Ah, right, young fledgling like you want to make a name for yourself in this pisshole. Take me advice. Find yourself a guild and get to work. You'll be less than naught in this world if you ain't got gelt. And by the looks of your purse, it'd be a step up for you. Poor sod. Let me see. Being broke would be a step up? Is that how poor we look? Fuck you, Baderon. Hold on a second, what's that there you got in your bag? You may be in luck after all. Checking us out. You say you found the fish flopping about your boat when that storm hit? Well, at least you had half the sense to stick it in your pack there. Maybe it'd be time you step out and see the world for what she truly be. A stinking maw lined with razor-sharp teeth ready to rip your ass right out your trappings. And they went really fast on that one. And I know just the place. Kudos call her Camp Bearded Rock. Unfollow your map and I'll point you rightwise. Camp Bearded Rock. Take more than a stone's throw from the Zephyr Gate. What is this map? Look at this. This place is huge. Look at the legend. Leave assignment. Link shell monger. Retainer counter. Summoning bell. Guildmark exchange. Achievement NPC. Ethernet gate. Inn. Ethereal gate. What the hell were those for? And before you go, take this here link pearl. No strings attached. If you find yourself in trouble, just call me on the ether. Can't guarantee I'll answer though. I forgot that's how link pearls worked. They're like cell phones, except instead of a 5G radio wave signal, it's ether. Which is also all over the air, just like a radio signal would be. Now off with you. I got casks to tap. Casks? Oh, I see. Like caskets. Full of alcohol. Men waste too much time wagging their tongues, framing meaningless utterances, when they should be devoting that magnificent gustatory organ to savoring the world's infinite panoply of flavors. Here at the Bismarck... Gets cut off. About bloody time. Baderon said you'd be here 7 L's ago. Alright, maybe not 7. Anyway, no, I'm done. Now enough of the goods. I know you've got it on your person there. Caught a whiff of it when you were still a mom away. Who's this asshole? What the hell's going on? Would you look at that? Ain't but once in a blue moon we ever get a balloonfish in here. Seas have to be proper seeding to drag one of these ugly lads up from its abysmal abode. This text is hard to read. Without the H's, I'm just like, wait, what? Won't find nothing in the 5 seas as sumptuous as a balloonfish, though, these days. Many of me regulars won't so much as come to the door if they... Here, I got to be one of them in the larder. There we go. Jesus Christ. Limbs of Laments is tough. And why would your patrons deem the presence of this particular denizen of the deep inauspicious? Might it have something to do with the fact that it appeared on my ship at precisely the same time as we were assaulted by a colossal... I'm guessing sea serpent? Oh, just serpent. Whoa. Slow down, milady. Did you say he was attacked by a bleeding sea serpent? That's what the fuck she said. Yeah. By sea serpent, do you mean the mythological creature frequently documented in Limsa Lominsa's historic records? There ain't a sprat for moms who couldn't tell you the bedtime story of the fearsome beastie who crushes ships in his mighty maw and swallows old crews in a single gulp. Story goes that this creature guards a mountain of gold and diamonds. Now whoever finds it gets to rule the seas for all his days. Treasure. Like the kind was rumored to be hidden up on that seal rock. Sounds interesting. And so myth becomes reality. Perhaps it has already begun. Ah yes. An old forgotten job class. I have no idea what it was called. But this is what they specialized in. Shooting pistols! The Marauders in proper form here. Next! Fresh off the boat, eh? Alright, let's see you aim your firearm. What? You waltz your way into a town teeming with pirates and cutthroats and don't even bother bringing a musket? Ease off, Corporal. I'll lend the adventurer one of our weapons. You know how to use that? Then draw. Why, you look just like... Sidearm, alright? That's gangster. Where'd you get that weapon, recruit? Men, which of you thought it would be wise to lend this civilian your firearm? No one's speaking up then, eh? Listen close, Lord Fancy Britches. You are a long way from your daddy's villa up in Fancyshire. If you are lost, you'd best turn around and find yourself a porter to carry your bags back home. We're only looking for real men and women for this... Pause, champ. Operation. That's so awkward. I'm glad they fixed the way text dialogue shows up now. So it's never gets cut off like that. Or not this often anyway. Where you have to like push the button to see the rest and it's like one word. Now, if the sea air has corroded your brain taste and you're dreaming of epic sea battles with giant squid beasts, there's little I can say that will prevent you from applying to join the 5th Levy. Or is it Levy? I don't fucking know. Unsurprisingly, the Barracudas are always looking for... Pause, champ. Fresh replacements for that unit. What the hell's going on? Would you look at that, Sergeant? We may have found the keeper. Says his name is Merodolin. If I pronounce that right. It's a tough name. The text is still just sitting there on screen. That's so awkward. Instead of making it disappear till someone else talks again, it just sits there. I don't know who taught you that firing stance, but in future I'd suggest having somewhat more discretion when choosing a mentor. Back to the admissions desk, Greenback. You didn't like the gangster pose with the pistol, man? Holding it sidearm like that? Damn. By the way, in real life, I've heard that's a pretty good way to hit yourself in the chest if you do that. If it's a pretty powerful pistol and you shoot it like that, it can go boom, right in the chest. That's what I've heard. I've never tried firing one like that. Back so soon, eh? I had a feeling you would not fare well. Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence, asshole. You say you were advised to apply for the 5th Levy? But that... Pause, champ. Alright, Greenbacks, the festivities have come to a close. The Seal Rock unit has been filled and none of you are in it. But before you go crying back to your mammies, we always have room for failures like you in the 5th. Who knows, maybe we can even make men out of you. If you last long enough. Dismissed. Yeah, it's a tough life, huh? Dolls balls, I was told joining the Kudas would be me ticket to Seal Rock. I guess you'll have to go on your own now. Should have seen it coming. Kudas knew all along that every rough rogue and rascal within 100 miles would be down here trying to snake his way into the ranks. Me mate made it all the way to the final test, but some sneaky sod dobbed him in. There goes me bleeding cut. I don't know about you, but I reckon risking your neck hunting for imaginary coin is a job best left to the enduringly hopeful and the hopelessly thick. I, on the other hand, have got better things to do with me time. Okay, I'm starting to get used to the apostrophes for H's. For the letter H. Emmerich! Captain Carvalian sent me to find you. Says it's urgent. Like... Sent me to find you. Oh, I meant to pronounce it. This dialect ain't easy. Not for me, anyway. Look at that logo. It's like Leviathan with 2 pistols crossed underneath it. Wait right there. Yes? You claim to be an adventurer, yet you have the stench of a pirate. Might you be trying to deceive us of that, as that ruffian Emmerich did earlier? No matter. If you have aught to hide, we have the means to divine it. Come with me. Now let me see. Encrypted Ducky. Encrypted. I like the name, the character name, Encrypted Ducky. It's funny. Ah yes, I recall you being registered to the Adventurers Guild. I believe you still carry a standard issue flintlock lent you by one of our knights. You're to return it to our quartermaster in the weapons depot on the lower floor. You say you already returned it to the sergeant? But I just spoke with him. Why didn't he? Very well. I shall inquire with the sergeant once more. You are free to go, but I ask that you do not leave the city until our investigation into the weapon is complete. Boss champ. An adventure! An adventure! Thank the 12, you're just what we've been looking for. Think you can spare a bell to lend us a hand? Make it worth your while, we will. To the south of the city sits a lighthouse we pullers call Oshan's Torch. The guild has some important business there, but day in, day out, we hear nothing but reports of the Serpent Reavers attacking anything come near the place. Okay. Why, just the other day, I heard the Kudas marched down that way meaning to send the fishbacks packing and got their noses bloodied, good and proper. I know this is a lot to ask, but we need someone to go and check on that building. We'd send our own, but as you can see, the boys down here ain't armed with nothing but fishing rods and trolling nets. What the hell's a trolling net? Aha! Who is this standing before me but an adventurous-looking adventurer, fresh from one adventure now in search of another? And your search has brought you to none other than the Fisherman's Guild, a paradise for pullers, and by pullers I mean pullers of nets, and by nets I mean ones chock full of fresh fish from the frothing fathoms of our fair waters. Unfortunately, as you can see, we are as short on hands as I am on height. Oh, dude, I love the writing. Like, yeah, it's hard with the dialect to read it, but the way it flows, dude. Like, that was a really long sentence that just, it flowed. I liked reading that. That was good. And where, you ask, have all my hard-working handymen and women headed? Why, to try and stave off the slimy Sahagins soiling our seas. Also, his joke about being short. That was good. Ever since they began creeping out on their coastal caves, they've done nothing but cause constant commotion, preventing my poor pullers from pulling that which it is their prerogative to pull. And now their latest target is the lighthouse on the southwestern tip of the God's Grip. I like doing the boss champ face. whenever I have to stop like that. Without the light from that lighthouse to light up the night, our ships will surely be shorn to shreds in the shallow shoals near the shores. That's why a few days back I hired the services of a band of adventurers to accompany a party of pullers to protect the place. Now I wish to hire you to do the same for young Sisipu here. I like the way this guy talks. The lighthouse is not that far, and there have been no reported sightings of the salivating Sahagin or their sinister serpent reavers today, but I'm not a man to take chances. Chances? Ridiculous! Preposterous! Preposterous! I can take care of myself! And even if I couldn't, I don't believe this malnourished starveling of an adventurer could offer me much in the way of assistance. Jesus! They're still chirping at us for being in raggedy-ass clothing and starved. Or, you know, looking like we're broke. Now, my petite sweet pea of the sea. We already spoke of this. If by happenstance any horrendous happenings happened to happen to you, I could never for the rest of forever forgive myself. I love the way this guy talks! While I agree with your assuredly accurate assessment of this adventure, he was absolutely all I could afford. Or should I say, absolutely all I was predisposed to pay for. That said, I still believe he may be of some use. Why, if anything attacks... Boss, yeah? Let him distract the dastardly dastards while you saunter safely away to safety. And thus is your assignment. I won't ask if you choose to accept, as I have already seen the answer in your eyes. Good luck, and may the lady's embrace be long and lascivious. Or lascivious, I think. I think it's lascivious. He's already condemning you. Or, like, has no faith. He's like, you're gonna die, so I might as well just say that. If only the guildmaster had paid for decent help this for the first time, I wouldn't be out to sea in this accursed Colander. Again. Oh well, if you're truly intent on tagging along, I suppose I'd better impart to you an invaluable piece of advice. You see a Sahagin, you drop everything and start running. Don't worry about me, because I'll already have started running myself, and won't stop until I'm safely back in Fisherman's Bottom. Okay. Keep an eye out for the Serpent Reavers as well. Used to be normal folk like you and me, until they sold their souls to the Sahagin for a few bars of gold and a promise of endless carnage. Probably more dangerous than the fishbacks, because... you won't know if they're friend or foe until there's a dagger in your back. The fucking pauses. That is, unless you know our guild's secret set of hand signals. They're how we can tell whether or not someone is a puller. Here, let me show you the basics. Follow my lead. Hand signals. For being a fisherman. Nice. I think that's what they meant by puller. This dialogue is fun to read, though. I gotta say. I like it a lot better than, FF1 through 6. Well, I should say FF1 through 9. For now, though. It could be once we get to, like, Ul'dah and Gridania, the dialogue could be so plain, I'll be like, okay, I kind of wish I was reading that again. I don't know, though. Hey! Well, I see you found your way out here. I'll have to give you that. Yeah. But have you made sufficient preparations for the Serpent Reavers? Should probably say that if the Sahagin servants catch you, they'll rip out your lungs and cast your lifeless body into the sea for their slimy spawn to feast upon, while your tattered soul experiences the first pangs of an eternity of agony in the abyssal depths. Sorry. Excited yet? I know I am. Now let us be off. I haven't got all day. Jesus Christ. The things they threaten you with. They're like, rip out your lungs and throw your lifeless body into the ocean, and your soul's gonna spend an eternity being tortured. This game's scary. Strange. It's quiet. Too quiet. Pray everyone is alright. We're playing a horror game with all the ways of describing we might die. Also, what the fuck was that? Oh, it was the door creaking. See, I'm already getting jumpy. It's creepy. Oh my. No one's here. Shut your cakehole and listen. We're making a pact, see? Pirate to pirate. Like, I swear on me mother's grave, 12 taker soul, that if you give us an end, I'll personally guarantee you come away victorious. So I said pirate to pirate, like, they end their sentences with like sometimes. We'll have to try to get used to that. So, shady deal. But of course, we would have it no other way. Just keep an eye out for that flash bugger Marod. Swings and acts like a bleeding thunderbolt in an hurry. I'd humbly recommend keeping your distance from that one if you're fond of your head. Thought that was a T, but it's an R. Don't want no unnecessary bloodshed now, do we? I shall make a point to share your sentiments with the Sahagin. She's like, over here. Hi. I mean, you be one of me fellow pullers, right? Well met, lad. You needs not be afeared. Now in good company you be. Why, I be a puller myself. Hella nervous. Busted. Also, it kind of sucks that the dialogue is not actually catered to your character's gender, it seems, because they keep saying he when referring to Encrypted Ducky over there, who's obviously a chick, but 1.0 stuff, I guess. That, or my guess is, this is after they like cleared the game and they're going back to watch the cutscenes using the diary that you get in your little inn room, or hotel room, however you want to call it. The unending journey. They're probably going back to look at the cutscenes and it doesn't, for some reason it probably didn't change based on your character's gender. I don't know, honestly. I forgot to bring that up earlier when I noticed it. Came looking for the Sahagin? Well, you just missed them. Me and me eight had daggers drawn, ready to slit each and every one of their traitorous gullets. Luckily for them, they passed on by with none causing a fuss. Looks like they was only here for... oh, Sam? Scouting. Well, if you don't mind, we'll be getting back to Fisherman's Bottom to report our findings then. Good day to you. The text is small and it's hard to pronounce these things when I don't know how they're actually being voiced. Shudder. The shivery shakes. Ah! I found- oh my god, that was too quick. What did she say? Ah! I found the other pullers! That was auto-scroll too. There was no button prompt. Perhaps they were hiding in the nearby caves while the Reavers did their reavings. Look! The old watchman is with them as well. Appreciate the concern, young lass. Weren't in much danger, what with the Kuda's patrol ships here not long after the Reavers landed. But better safe than sorry, I reckon. Might still be some stragglers left ashore. I must needs return to me rounds. I'm glad they kind of changed that in Realm Reborn. The dialogue is a little easier to read because even though they still talk like that, a lot of the characters and limbs anyway, they made it easier in the sense that instead of just putting a T and an apostrophe, it'll actually be like T-A, I think. So you know they're saying "t," like, you know, that dialect. I think. I could be remembering it wrong, but I'm pretty sure they do that now. So it's a little easier to read. Anyway, a few years back when I was still young, the Sahagin raided a village near here. They slaughtered everyone they caught and then burned the place to the ground. I was worried the same thing might have happened today. But it seems for once the Knights of the Barracuda did their jobs, so we might as well return to Fisherman's Bottom before the weather takes a turn for the worse. You see? I knew this aspiring adventurer would be the most appropriate agent for this assignment. He has proven far braver than one might have assumed from the scanty scum required to scour his... no, secure. I thought I said scour. From the scanty sum. Not scum either, I fucked that up. Text is too small for me. The scanty sum required to secure his services. Jesus. Perhaps you should ponder a permanent position in our guild. Ah, but first I believe you'd like to be richly recompensed for services readily rendered. That would be nice, yeah. Thank you again, Encrypted. Encrypted Ducky. A name. I think that's a real quick. I gotta give credit where it's due. And that might be a reference to the channel name too. Yeah, there you go. The YouTube channel that uploaded this is called Encrypted Duck. They have a nice avatar of Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop there. This video is called Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 All Cutscenes, which is true. It's a half-truth because it ends. I saw that it ends before the post-patch content, so you don't actually get to see the transition to Realm Reborn. But that's why I have this other video here for that, for the transition videos, or basically the patch content that led into Realm Reborn. Oh, would you look at that, laddies? Another fearless adventurer wanders into the forge. You like playing Knights and Dragons with the other kiddies, eh? We can play if you like. Just let me warm me poker first. Or maybe you'd be one of them adventurers thinking we can snap our fingers and transform you into a full-fledged shipwright with our Smitty magics. Didn't read the rest of that. Well, ain't you in for a surprise then? You could have sprung forth from the salty loins of mighty Limlayan herself, but there ain't no way you'd get to join up without Steelmaster Hananza's say-so. The names. Talk to her if you like, but you'd better pray she ain't in one of her moods. Out of the way. We weren't even in your way. You're just being an asshole at that point. Douche. Good work. Just wish we could have completed it in time for the Seal Rock expedition. Something's wrong with the engine. I have someone from Garland Ironworks here working on it, but progress is slow. There's little we can do about that now, but it would have been nice to join the scholars on this trip. As for Seal Rock, might you have learned whence the island came? That's what we've been trying to do for the past few months. Unfortunately, matters here in local waters have kept me from visiting the island in person. Ah, you speak of the stowaways on that passenger ship, yes? You mean pirate ship. I locked up the crew for questioning the moment they dropped anchor in the bay. We've been trying to extract a confession from that one-eyed captain of theirs, but so far neither he nor any of his crew seem susceptible to the standard forms of coercion. But if it was transporting more than simply passengers, that would perhaps go some way to explain the appearance of the sea serpent. Where did you... Hi. Enough, Nanza. The C6 shopkeep saw a wave and swore it was a monster, nothing more. I like how they just caught us eavesdropping. That's twice now. But that's kind of happened. My apologies, Stallman. You there. You heard nothing of this, understood? Anyone asks you anything, you tell them sea serpents are not but the bastard spawn of crap and credulity. Okay. I didn't hear shit. Commodore! Uh-oh, shit's going down. The Sahagin have ambushed the Provisional Squadron en route to Seal Rock. Fifth levy currently engaging the enemy. Heavy losses reported. Squadron commander amongst casualties. Acting commander does not think this attack random and believes someone from within the ranks discovered our plans to the enemy. Relay the fleet's coordinates to General Command. Order the frigates launch immediately. Music. It's a different version than the one they use now. For Monka Shake scenes like that. What are you doing here, Rosenthal? Or did I say that right? Yeah, Rosenthal. Come to pay off your debts? Pause, yeah. Quiet, you crab-legged crone. Your damn ship's rusting at the bottom of the sea. Of course it is. You get what you pay for, and you barely paid me enough to make a dinghy, let alone a ship that could survive the currents near Seal Rock. Now get out of my forge. Uh-oh, he's getting pissed. I thought he was gonna start some shit, but no. Methinks I recall you gabbing on about some mighty sea beast. Well, lately the wench be overflowing with such rumors. Men starting to whisper it be none other than the terrible sea serpent, our fair goddess Limlayan, bound to the bottom of the abyss generations gone. I were no more a wee sprat the last time the serpent rose up from the depths to menace the city. And I can tell you now, ain't a soul who thinks them days fondly. Ain't a soul who thinks on them days fondly. I said that wrong. Or I read that wrong. Badron, you hear the Barracudas were ambushed by the fishbacks just off Seal Rock? That's a tough one to start right there. Okay, so I see what he's saying. Heard hell's seven gates still gaping wide, letting in all the less than lucky ones. Aye, navigator guide their souls. But that's not the end of it. Word is, while the two were at each other's throats, the Misery slipped by and landed on the island. Of course. They were distracted. The third party went in. The Misery? You mean the Kraken's arms made it to the rock? And people have been saying their ship was sitting low in the water when she made port. If you follow me. What does that mean? Sitting low in the water? Well met. I take from your attire that you're an adventurer. What, you don't recognize me already? Mayhap you can assist me then. Might you have witnessed any apparently non-discrepant individuals aiding the Sahagin? Individuals bereft of their shadows? Have you heard of anyone aiding the Sahagin? Yes or no? Those were the text boxes back then? That sound effect. It sounded so modern and futuristic in contrast to the aesthetic of this entire game. The fuck? By the 12. Death's cold grip grows ever tighter. I'm guessing this dialogue adapts to in case you probably came from a different city-state, which is why she doesn't seem to recognize you as being the person who came in on the boat with her. But look at the chapters here. Treasures of the Main. This was like the whole intro. And then here it says Legends Adrift. It's like a different section of the main scenario. So this could be main scenario quests that are now available to like anybody from any city-state. So it's like it's kind of like when the story converges from all three city-states in A Realm Reborn, I think. That's probably why she's talking to you as if she doesn't recognize you. Could have been something else, though. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Ah, the Astalisha. If that's how you pronounce that. Jesus Christ. As the Knights of the Barracuda have proven rather reticent in the dissemination of their findings, it is perhaps time I called upon some less restrained characters. Oh? You mean me? Adventurers? Freelancers? Or what are you talking about? You still here? Ah, right. Bloody sea serpent. Oh, that was all in her head? Well, if you be else bent on knowing what happened the last time that grisly beast reared his accursed head, I suggest you speak to some of the pirates what helped me drive him back. And who knows? Mayhap they'll give you a once-in-a-lifetime demonstration of how a marauder swings his axe while you're there. You seen no, not Lauren. That's a T. Fucking. You seen the tower in Drummond down at the docks? That there be the Astalisha, home to the fiercest buggers in Limsa. Was a time when them marauders had cut your head off for so much as looking at their shadow. Cooled down a bit now their captain be retired. Opened up their ship to the other pirate gangs and started a proper guild of their own. Kuda still can't stand them, though. Some folks just can't let sleeping sea dogs lie, eh? Yeah, I guess so. Baron is the hardest one to read, I gotta say. Sea serpent? Ha! Leave them tales to the fairies. The only monster a pirate knows be the sea herself, and there ain't none colder. If you're in search of old wives' tales, best seek out an old wife. Or a man who be no better than one. Okay. What the fuck was that guy's name? Wakebird, okay. I read that totally wrong. Venture! Over here! Hey! We got dance music now. I had to shimmy to that a little bit. I can bring you to the Serpent's Teat, if it please you. Give us but the coin to plenish me stein, and we got ourselves a deal. This sounds shady as hell. No, this guy. See, she already doesn't trust him. She's like, fine, here. He's like, easy money. Much obliged. Off we go, then. After a gut punch. That's what bloody outsiders like you get for talking... What? Heresy and earshot of me. If... What the hell? I cannot read that. If the cannon wanted come back from the abyss, it'd be the legend of Swallowtail Rome come true, and me days of drinking an orin, like whoring, horn be gone in a snap of the snake's fingers. If, pause champ, it hands, mind you. If he'd hands, mind you. But yeah, it's a snake, it doesn't have hands. So he took our money and then punched us in the gut and told us to fuck off. Great. Alright, sea scum. Me and my boys have a few questions for your captains. Cooperate and we'll all be gone before your grog stops steaming. Move, and we'll shoot every last bloody one of you. Great, it's a raid. Kudas, you ain't got no right being here. It's a police raid, basically. Ooh! Well, he meant it. Get Carvelin, now! I don't know if it's Carvelane or Carvelin. I'm just gonna say Carvelin. Kind of rolls off the tongue better. Stallman, my good man. I'm sure you have better things to do than harass my boys. Why, I thought you'd be seeking revenge against the Sahagin, seeing as they raised your fleet and all. Word has it, a man by the name of Emmerich is in your employ. Hand him over and we'll be on our way. You haven't a peg leg to stand on, Carvelin. We know Emmerich was the one who sold our navigational charts to the Fishbacks. We have a witness. Quite an accusation. If it is true, then that would mean this lad is a traitor to his own kith and kin. The Sahagin are not merely enemies of the Barracuda, but enemies of Limsa Lominsa and all who call her home, including us. You may call us pirates, but we have rules, just as you do. Very well. You have leave to search the ship for the one you seek. Men? I heard it all, Carvelin. Oh, dearie me. Believe the Admiral's lapdog's onto something, do you? What in the Navigator's name has become of this city? I find the situation as perplexing as you, my dear Roswin. And all this time, I believed it was your man, Maradolin, who had stolen the charts after infiltrating the Barracuda's ranks. I wonder if that's how you pronounce it. Tread carefully, Captain. Merritt barely escaped with his life when the Fishbacks ambushed the Kudas. If this rat Emmerich really did betray his kind, I personally guarantee that Stallman and his bootlickers will be the least of his worries. Is that so? Look at us eavesdropping constantly on everyone's conversations. Get your stinking hands off me, you scurvy bleeding whore sons! I like that. I'm gonna say whoreson from now on instead of son of a bitch. It rolls off the tongue better. It's simple and it's like less syllables too. It works. Anyway. I ain't done nothing and you couldn't prove nothing if I had. Oof. Beating the shit out of him. That can't be admissible in court now. Of course, you know, it doesn't work that way for them. Uh-oh. We're in the wrong place at the wrong time again. Oh, never mind. I thought we were about to get backhanded. One last thing, Carvelin. Looks as if this boy was taught a lesson before we found him. You know anything about this? Before we found him, he says. Might have been he spilled some rum on his captain's vestments. Also, they realized he was already roughed up. You run a strict ship, Captain. I do. And that is why the next time you pay us a visit, you will not forget to knock. I like the sound effects. The graphics and the audio for this game are pretty fucking good for a 2010 game. Honestly. Damn sea serpent. Gods alone know why you don't drag them kudos screaming down to the abyss. Why he don't drag them. Ain't so much as touched them pullers neither now, has he? And they be trawling out by that stinking rock nigh on every morn. Oi, you! Sorry for the, misunderstanding afore, matey. Fuck you. By way of recompense, I has a right generous proposition for you. If you'd be so good as to gut me a few kudas, I'll make you a pirate. Join old Rosenstall, and there'll be not... What the fuck? There'll not be a dog on the Alastisha that ain't heard your name afore long. What say ye, laddie? Damn, this is hard to read. Aye! Join Rosenstall's crew? Okay, I guess we're joining the crew. Talk the talk, but do you walk the walk? We'll see what you'll be made of sooner than later, I reckon. Prick. The Bargain Adventurer! Is it safe to assume you've not already gone and forgotten our most recent affair? Wonderful! Which brings me to my next request, or should I call it offer? I was wondering if you'd be interested in joining me on a Sahagin hunt. I know the perfect spot. Hold on, let me mark your map. No questions now. See you there then. Look at that, we didn't even get a chance to say yes or no. It's like, oh, you'll do this for us, right? Alright, cool. Makes me think of a certain somebody, but I can't say their name yet for spoilers. But they were right. So good of you to come. Now let's begin. What do you need me to do? Oh, don't tell me you came empty-handed. What? You thought we were going to be fighting actual Sahagin? Do I look like someone who can wrestle down a 200-pound beast from the bottom of the sea? I'm just a fisher with a hook. A puller with a pole. We're here to collect fairy. Remora, a tiny breed of shark that releases a milky poison the Sahagin detest. I've been catching them in these waters since I was a girl. When I was young, the beasts were more of a nuisance than an actual threat. The most we dealt with being the occasional cut net or stolen buoy. Now they're attacking the pullers themselves, putting everyone on edge. Some of my sailmates... Pause champ. Have even given up the profession out of fear for their lives. And it all started when that seal rock appeared from the mist. Since that day, I have tried to convince Wawalago that the island is actually Swallowtail Room. A Swallowtail Room, sorry. And that if we continue to disturb it, the Guardian and her minions will avenge themselves. Wawalago? Yeah, I read that right, okay. Upon those who've defiled their sacred domain. He just laughs, however, attributing my concerns to girlish fancy. Legend has it that long, long ago, the world was a parched wasteland, filled with nothing but fire and rocks. Lemlayan, the navigator, saw this and created a giant serpent to spout forth water and create Eorzea's oceans. But soon she realized that the serpent would never stop and that all the land would one day disappear beneath the waves. So she sealed the beast away within a floating island called Swallowtail Rome. The island drifts about the sea so that those with evil intentions might never find it. If the rumors are true and the sea serpent has escaped from Swallowtail Rome, then it won't be long before the seas begin to rise once more, and Limsa Lominsa is swallowed whole. Oh, I see. Ocean level rise can be attributed to Leviathan then, in this game's world. Sea level rise. Sweet Sissy-Poo! Sissy-Poo, I think. I don't know. Uncle Stallman! There ain't global warming causing the ocean levels to rise in this game. It's Leviathan. I thought I told you it was dangerous to fish here. Even with friends. Friends? Oh, you mean him? He's not my friend, but I'll be alright. The fairies keep all the nasty fishmen away. You don't seem the dangerous type. Can I trust you to watch over Sissy-Poo while you're here? It would be a great shame if anything were to happen to our little witness. Oh, that's where this is going, huh? Did you catch the man who was talking to the fishes? I see concern on her face. In fact, we did. His name was Emmerich, and he was working for a bad pirate named Carvelin. Hopefully we can use Emmerich to help us catch Carvelin as well, and then throw them both in jail, where they'll never bother anyone, including... Lost champ. You. Ever again. So, am I safe for now? Or am I safe now? Yes, my dear. You have nothing to be scared of. It's Emmerich's turn to be scared now. The Kraken's arms went to eliminate Emmerich, and along with him, any evidence that they were connected to the whole affair. Roswin and her sanguine sirens won his neck after what he did resulted in the injury of their best man. Ah, perhaps that was a little too difficult for you to understand, Sissy-Poo. I don't know, but it sounds like Emmerich is the one that needs protecting, not me. You should be back at the jail, watching over him. For one so young, you're impressively observant. Well, you don't have to worry about him, child. We have him hidden someplace a pirate wouldn't even imagine looking. I suppose that's alright then. Still, you should be heading back to the city, Sissy-Poo. The bad men knew this is your favorite fishing spot, and they will know to come here if they are looking to catch you. Sorry, they know. I read new. Yes, sir. More like, yes, sir. You see, adventurer, Sissy-Poo is one of the only survivors of Brookhaven, a village recently razed by the Sahagin. She was hiding when she saw Emmerich speaking with one of his Sahagin contacts. I'm not accusing you of anything, but there are those who would see that little girl dead for what she knows. If you sense anything amiss while you are out here, I ask that you bring Sissy-Poo directly to the custom house at Melvin's Gate. I had to make sure I read that right. Custom house. Aha! I caught another! What? You think I'm hoarding all the remora and leaving none for you? Alright. I can take a hint. I'll fish somewhere else. I like how we said nothing and they just assumed that. Stay here as long as you like, but don't forget who informed you of this prime location. Consider it payback for escorting me to the lighthouse. Now we're even. I like how all the grass is like dark green. Greetings and welcome to Melvin's Gate. We have been expecting you, encrypted ducky. The name. How long have we been live for? An hour. Since I'm actually having to read out loud, it takes a little bit more energy now. So I might actually take breaks every hour instead of every 2 hours now. I have little time to spend on idle chatter, so I will get to the point. You were lent a weapon, a standard issue flintlock, by one of the Knights of the Barracuda, and now that weapon has gone missing. Okay. The unauthorized removal of a Barracuda firearm from the city limits is strictly prohibited under... Give me a second. The Lassocratic Charter. There we go. Each and every weapon assigned to a knight is magically engraved with a number that identifies the weapon and its owner. What are you driving at? Lost champ. making them easy to track and impossible to sell on the black market. Before you make the mistake of your life, I strongly suggest that you hand over the weapon so we can all return to our blissfully mundane lives. So it's like a serial number on a firearm in real life, basically. Except they use magic. You claim the weapon was confiscated from you by Sergeant... Who? Manskin? Are you certain of this? But he was assigned to the Seal Rock unit. Jesus, that kind of scared me. What the fuck was that? Keeper, fend. What was that? Did you see? I fucking jumped. I was like, what the hell, dude? I wasn't expecting that. A jump scare in FF14? In my FF14? Stupid meme. I believe it was an explosion from somewhere within the building. That explains why it was so loud. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Alright, you scholarlies, put down your quills and shut your yaps. I'm looking for... Okay, that's fast. For Emmerich, and don't try playing daft, because I know the coup has brought him here. Rosalind. Without her hat. It's Sanguine Sirens! 12, help us! It's auto-scrolling really fast. Oh, and those of you thinking of bolting out the back way may want to think again. Unless you fancy charring your own rear entrance, that is. They played a bigger role back then. Come on, girls. We have a rat to catch. The Sanguine Sirens. That's the name of her pirate crew, I guess. All chicks, I'm guessing? Judging by the name. What the hell happened? I grow weary of this city and its endlessly simmering tensions. Though I abhor violence, that will not prevent me from taking decisive action when the occasion calls for it. Way to go, Y'stolo. She's like, fuck these... What is that sword? That looks really big for a paladin sword, but maybe it is. But yeah, she's like, fuck these bitches. They ain't got shit on me. Might now be one such occasion. No, relax, I'm not gonna attack you. Over here! Is there no end to this? Come along, I believe I know an alternate means of exit. Alright, Y'stolo. Lead the way. You. Uh-oh. I do apologize, but now does not seem to be the best time for heartfelt reunions. You may not have noticed, but your quaint little custom house is overrun with stark raving mad she-pirates. It had not escaped my attention. They seek a young pirate named Emmerich, though I know not why they imagine him to be here. A miraculous coincidence indeed, for I seek the same man. Ah, but you may put your worries aside. For a pirate I am not. I wish only to speak with this Emmerich concerning a certain shadowless associate. Do they literally not have shadows like vampires? Shadowless? I am afraid I know nothing of the pirate in whom you have all taken such an enthusiastic interest. As first assessor, my only concern is for the safety of the artifact we unearthed on Seal Rock, though I plainly cannot assist you in your investigation. Pause, champ. I appeal to your better self to aid me until these vile interlopers have left my guild. An artifact? Of what manner? A stone tablet covered with the letters of runes of a language far older than any found in our archives. We've been attempting to decipher it for a... Excuse me? A Senite's space? What the hell does that mean? Is that like a form of time? Like 7 nights or something? 7 days? A Senite space, and believe it may reveal more regarding the treasure that your quarry and... Awesome. His Kraken brethren are rumored to have stolen. I did pause it a little too long there, though. Ah, yes, Rotano Bloodcant. Few remain who are versed in this tongue. And Feign to suffer fell Grimaris, wherewith to loose overreaching seas. Of course, they will use the key to call forth an army. You can read the tablet? Tell me, what does the rest say? Oh my god, is that how they get scared? Because she's a cat girl, she did this? What the fuck? I would be delighted, but it seems these pirates have other plans. Stay close if you value your life. Damn! Leave it till you stole it. Holy shit! To bust out a Hadoken and then dodge bullets. She was like, Captain, the Kudas are here with reinforcements. 'Tis time we disappeared. And just as I was starting to have me some fun. I forget they actually go all out with action sequences in this game, just like in FF13. Except, obviously, FF13 being a single-player, more high-budget, you know, well-produced game, has better action sequences, but you can't compare the two. This is an MMO, they can only do so much, right? And you saw the opening movie, though. That was 8 minutes of pure action, but you gotta give them some credit. That's where most of the budget probably went. But even in-game action sequences, there's a few in this game, including that one right there. There's a few decent ones, and one really good one towards the end, actually, if I remember. It's been like over a year since I last saw this, so I forgot a lot of it. But and I only saw bits and pieces. But there is one really good action scene close to the end of the story. We won't be seeing that for a few days. We're barely on hour 1 of 7. Alright, hearken well, scholarlies. Any one of you even thinks of mentioning the sirens when them Kudas come in here asking their questions, remember, we knows where each and every one of you and yours take their rest, savvy? Each and every one of ye and yours. You and your families, I guess. Take their rest, savvy? Hey, that's the, No wonder she calls them scholarlies. This is where the, that logo. It's for Arcanus, right? Yeah. The ones that use the book to cast magic or whatever. Explains why she keeps calling them scholarlies. Scholars one of the job classes too. Now back to looking busy. I must continue my search for Emmerich. Should you happen upon him before I, enjoin him to wear the man without a shadow. Okay. You! Over here, quickly! Ask me a question. Anything! Oh, I see. To act like everything's okay. Business as usual. That's a very fast walk, Encrypted Ducky. You're really making haste there. That's very urgent. That little walk of... Tra-la-la, just a tiny little stroll. We must make this look proper. Okay. What do you have in mind? First Assessor? First Assessor, are you alright? Yes, I was simply lost in thought. Ah, the weapon. I believe I shall inquire with the Knights of the Barracuda once more. You may go, Encrypted Ducky. Back to acting like nothing just happened. Like nobody outside heard all the gunfire, right? Want me to take you out to the Barracuda's warship, do you? And I'd like you to fetch me a noble lady who will take me to her bosom and beget me a whole litter of dukes and duchesses. Wow. I love how everything can sound so much more... By the way, this is another chapter in the video, so I think this is after some time passes and you do some quests and fight some battles and progress the story. A little bit. Because I think you can only... This only has like the major cutscenes, so... At this point, you know, next main story beat basically starting. But anyway, I like how the way he wrote that, or the way he said that, is just... it can sound so much more innocent, kind of like a euphemism to what he actually said. Like if you say it in plain modern English, it sounds so much worse. He wants you to fetch him a noble woman, so like a proper lady, who will take him to her bosom. I'm not. That's as far as you know what that means. and then basically bear him a bunch of kids, boys and girls. That's funny. I love how vulgar this game was back then. Like, it still kind of is now, but I feel like it's a little bit more watered down. I don't know. We'll see. But damn, did it come out of the gate swinging, right? But again, the vulgarity is kind of masked in the fact that they speak so differently from like modern day English in real life, you know? So it kind of like tones it down a little without actually toning it down. Like just that opening line, remember at the very beginning of the video, that one guy, what did he say? That the seas are rougher than a 10-gil whore who I think he said a 10-gil whore who then gets angry when she finds out that you spent the last of your coin at the bar or something like that. I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh, he wasn't jesting. Well, there ain't no legal law saying I can't, and I wouldn't mind clearing me debts with old Batterin. I just can't see why anyone would want to visit that place. To go kick some ass, why not? Nothing good will come of this, I tell you. That's for me to decide. And you too, right, Mr. Snaky Stick? He's watching too. Snaky Stick. I know normally he's back there, but today I wanted to have him nearby over here. Especially because I started having fucking technical issues before starting the stream. I was like, maybe he'll give me good luck. So, he's just off screen over there watching. Make it quick, lad. There be many a restless spirit on this infernal vessel, seeking vengeance for deeds long done. I might have let you and that damned Catwoman coax me into bringing ye, but it don't mean I have to like it. Alright, Hob. Fuck you. I have to turn on the lights and it's getting dark in here. I probably look like a shadow in my webcam right now. In fact, it's been a while. Let me check on my stream real quick. Usually when cutscenes are voicing over themselves, which is what I prefer, like in FF13, I don't, you know, I remember more often. Okay, so I've been going for an hour and a half. Alright, so I'll probably take my usual break in about 20 minutes. And then keep going. See, in about 20 minutes it'll be 6:20-ish. 7, 8. I might keep going, or I might end the stream and just do a 2-hour today. Because I had some technical issues, like I said a million times already. That kind of just... It just kind of, it didn't, like, ruin my mood, but I had a late night last night, and so, you know, with that, the fact that I had a late night, and then combine that with, what's it called, hold on, I'm trying to do something in the background here, give me a second. I had a late night, and then also, where the hell is it? Shit, this isn't it. I guess I can't move this right. Well, I have to disable this. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm dealing with those technical issues I was talking about. Just a second. I'll try not to make this too long so that we can keep going. That's on here. So why doesn't it show? Well, that's kind of shitty. I'll have to see. This is one of the things I'm gonna have to fix. So yeah, I might make a short stream today because since I had to update the graphics drivers and then Streamlabs OBS updated itself, I might have to mess around with some of the settings now. I might do even a couple like test streams. So if you see me go live again and it says like test stream or something, I'll delete those because it's just me testing settings and stuff. I might have to actually go live to test some of this stuff to make sure it works. And yes, I just said test a lot of times. But yeah. So Yeah, if that happens, just be ready. You might get some notifications of me going live when I'm not actually doing like a full stream. It's just a test or something. I hate technical issues. But I guess I'm overdue for them. I went months without having to worry about it, and now it's like, well, fuck you. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Okay, let me see if I can... Okay, this is where I re-enable that. I'm gonna have to Google something, but... Shit. Alright, fuck it. This might take longer than I thought, so I'm just gonna save this for when I... Yeah, when I finish the stream, I guess. But I have to be live for this to work. Hey, Lovey. Glad you're still here. Hope you're enjoying my attempts at narrating and voicing over these pirates that are really hard to read their text. That's a cute emote. Kiwi-ku one love. That's really adorable. I like that. But yeah, like I said, I'm doing my best, but pirate speak, the pirate dialect is just insane. To be honest, I'm actually taking a small break right now. Alright, we got 20 more minutes. I can do this. Again, I'm a little tired because I was up late last night. So I think I might just end it in 20 minutes. But before we go, I do, and I'm sorry this is kind of a long pause here. I want to Google how to fix this issue, this particular issue I'm having. Hopefully I can. Okay, so it says go here. Authorize. Did that do it? Not really. Oh shit. Okay, somebody has the same question as me here. Hopefully there's a quick answer. Oh, this is not my issue. This is something else. Damn it. All right. Oh, I have to enable that again. Let's see if it works. It says it's connected. I close the tab. Let me go to activity status. Or, sorry, where is it? Oh fuck, where the hell was it? Shit. Oh, there it is, okay. Enable. Did that do it? There we go. I guess I had to reconnect it. Alright, okay. We wasted enough time on this. I fixed it. There, I won't have to do a test stream to fix this now. We're good to go. Right on. Alright, that kind of inspired me. Maybe I will keep going for another couple hours after I take a break. Here, I'll send you a message, Levy. Maybe you can actually help me with this. Let's see. Using my phone, of course. Oh no, it shows up here. I think it's actually working now. And you can answer me through here too. You can hear the typing on the mic, I bet. Okay, cool. Sweet, it's working. Alright, right on. Yeah, I was wondering, it was not that. So I was kind of like, what the hell's going on? I had to reconnect the two services for some reason. And now the status is actually showing properly, so. Phew. Okay, Jesus Christ, I was about to hit play on the video and we haven't even gone back to the damn desktop. Alright, so that wasted about 7 minutes, so I'll go 7 minutes over 2 hours just to make up for that. Sorry about that, folks. Tech issues, like I said. Fucking update. Swear to God. Alright, I'm gonna try not to be pissed off about it anymore, we're just gonna move on. Jesus. Okay. Oh! One last question. Here, let me type it out again. This is a quick one. Okay, so it says the title. Gotcha. Alright, sounds good. There we go. Alright, so now that explains a lot. Okay. Thanks again. I appreciate the help. These are things I can't check if I'm offline. Like, I have to be streaming to actually see this stuff. So thank you for the help, Levy. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Alright, what the hell did we just miss? Let me see. Also, I gotta check and make sure I'm actually live and not just looking at the preview. God, I'm never gonna forget the Blitzball thing, dude. I can't believe... I still kick myself in the nuts for that. Like... Why did I have to switch over to desktop to look at the Blitzball tutorial in FF10, and then when I went to go play, I forgot to switch back to the game screen, and you guys totally missed, and me in a sense, I missed recording the greatest Blitzball game I ever had. It was so clutch and it was so good. And I was never able to replicate it the next time. Oh, God. So bad. That's always going to be such a shitty blooper on my Final Fantasy X playlist, man. That shit sucked. Anyway, back to this. Okay, we read this piece of dialogue already. It says he's not happy about having to take us here. So I guess the only thing we missed was him walking away then. Pissed off. Alright, so yeah, I'll go like another 10 minutes once it hits the 2-hour mark just to make up for my shenanigans. Off to the horizon! Alright, Hob. That flag. I swear, Keeper, preserve us! People shake. He just fucking ran off. What do I do out here all alone? Fucking sniper bullet comes in. Just gone. Well, they don't have sniper rifles back then. I say back then, but it's really... It's just an alternate universe, really. That kind of mixes that medieval aesthetic with futuristic stuff, which again, I love when they do that. Like FF12 did it. Final Fantasy 12 did it, and I love that shit. Yeah, those Empirical airships that are like big towers, don't they look just like the tower airships from FF12 also? It's crazy. Oi! Let me out this stinking hole! You ain't just gonna leave me to the bleeding fishbacks, are you? I can help you fight them. Do we trust them or not? Did you guys see that hand animation? Let me see that again. That's good, I like it. Like an actual doorknob. Even though it's a big ass handle like this, just... Thank the 12! Yeah, fuck me though, right? Who sent you, mate? I got the sneer of the stench of one of them Stallman's cronies. Do not count your blessings, young Emmerich. You and I have unfinished business. Oh, shit! Marod. I don't know what you mean, I'm sure. You know exactly what I mean, deck rat. Now draw your blade so that it might seem to others as if you died with some semblance of honor. There we go. No need to be making a scene, Merod. I might have given you a bit of an... What? Aiden? Back there? The hell does that mean? But we're both still breathing, ain't we? So they got to fight. We unfortunately didn't get to see the fight. Or maybe we had to help, I don't know. Maybe it was an actual, like, quest battle. The day is yours, but only because I willed it so. Oh yeah, sure. I took it easy on you. You won only because I let you. Sore loser. Now one of our... Interloper. Oh, okay, so we did get involved. I can't deny you came in handy during the ruckus, so I'll act like I don't know which of the 7 L's you washed up from. Just don't go forgetting who came out on top of today's little scuffle, right? Yeah, alright, whatever. Bitch. I'm unnecessarily harsh sometimes, aren't I? Am I interrupting? In case you had not noticed, the Horde of Sahagin is preparing to board this vessel as we speak. Oh, right, that. And while I am in a giving mood, let me enlighten you as to another fascinating fact. They are not here to exchange pleasantries. They have come for you, Emmerich. Or should I say for that treasure you found on Seal Rock. If you would not, Lachamp, have what little remains of your pathetic life foreshortened, I strongly recommend that you cast the relic back into the abyss whence it came. And who in the bleeding hells is this? Or is that? I thought you better informed, Emmerich. This most curious of cats has been prowling Limsa Laminsa the past fortnight, sticking her whiskers where they definitely do not belong. And if she is here, then it means the rest of the Barracudas cannot... Lachamp? This is a long Lachamp. Be far behind. An hundred pardons, milady. See, that's weird, because he's saying 100 pardons. But he's saying AN, so N 100 pardons sounds really weird. That's why I fucked that up a couple times. This is hard to read. An 100 pardons, milady. I ain't got no treasure, but the jewels and scepter me mum gave me. Did he seriously just say that? Hold on, there's more. I ain't got no treasure, but the jewels and scepter me mum gave me, and I'll aptly share them with you if you fancy a go. Oh my god, dude. This is fucking awesome, dude. FF14 1.0 dialogue is the shit. I love this shit. You would never see this now, dude. They will never talk like this again. This is fantastic. This is right up my alley. I'm sorry. This is great. He's like denying that he has treasure and at the same time hitting on her hitting on Y'shtola in the most vulgar way possible. And yet it sounds so like sweet and poetic just because of the way they speak. Like it's so euphemistic to what he just said. What he actually just said is just, oh my god. You can't get away with talking to a girl like that. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, they're pirates, but I just mean, like, the way he spoke, the dialect is just amazing. What they got away with by writing it that way is just incredible. Whew, like, this game got a teen rating? This is fantastic. Can't believe it. They got away with a teen rating like this. Jesus. If they wrote it, there's no fucking way. If they wrote it in plain modern English, there's no way this would have gotten a teen rating. This would have been M for mature for fucking language. But because they wrote it like this, it's still a T-rated game. Okay, let me try. I'm recomposing myself here. Whew. He says, "An 100 pardons, milady. I ain't got no treasure but the jewels and scepter me mum gave me, and I'll happily share them with you if you fancy a go. As for what we found on that cursed rock, I long since slung her brine-wise. Somewhere no fishback'll..." Because I paused it for a while. Pause again. Somewhere no fishback will ever think of paddling. There we go. I apologize for that, guys. That was too fucking funny. I had to stop. Oh my god. Fools! The Sahagin are not the only ones who seek the key. The only ones who seek the key. God. The Shadow Eaters. The Ascians seek it as well. Oh shit, name drop. So the Shadow Eaters was the name of the Ascians before? Shadow Eaters. Oh my god, I just remembered. I had a flashback. I distinctly remember they look very different in this version of the game, too. They don't look anything like the Ascians do in Realm Reborn. Music, but why does it feel like the screen's shaking? Or is that me? I think it is the screen shaking. It's just fucking making it dizzy for me. What the fuck? An ether barrier. Nice. That must be a Sahagin ship, just by the look of the sails and the overall structure of the style of it. Ooh! They're fucking done. I can't tell who's who though. The red flag's there. I'm not sure if that was... Those were pirates or the Barracudas? Monka shake music! FF14 fans are familiar with this music. It only plays at very specific times, involving very specific characters. Charging up a fireball. Hadouken! That's fancy. Pirates had the use of magic IRL way back then. Wow, the frame drops on that. Holy shit. No wonder these servers couldn't sustain themselves. They went too fucking ham on the graphics and animations and everything else. Holy shit! Also, I wasn't wrong. Leviathan does look a bit different from the way he does now. I thought he did. I was like, there's something off about that design when I saw it in the intro.
Take me.
Yeah, we're fucking dead. They actually used our character's voice back then? She's like, relax. You must live. You will survive. We won't, but you will. And off we go. I like that they actually used your character's voice in cutscenes. They don't do that now. Kinda sucks. But I guess they just... There is a lot of voices though. And a lot of races. Okay, actually I can see why. See, they went ham on presentation back then. Not enough on the logistics and technicals. The gameplay is what I'm saying. That's probably why it didn't end so well. Damn. Let me check on the stream real quick. Okay, everything's good. You alright? Kuda's found you sprawled out on the Drummond deck like he was dead or drunk. Like he was dead or drunk. Never having set eyes on you before. Sorry. They was fixing to toss you in the brig. They say you'd be rotting in there now if I hadn't come along and bought you some time. But thall's balls, lad. What in the name of hell's convinced you'd be a jolly jape to take afternoon tea on a ship crawling with Kudas? And what of the good Captain Ob? Why, the Kudas got him, of course. You think they'd sit sipping their rum while a crazy old Carl moored his ship to their masts? God damn, it's hard to read that. And you know what, lad? It'd be but a matter of time till they come a-calling for you as well. Now a savvy seaman would pack up his small clothes and leave limbs afar behind him. Then again, I gets the feeling you'd be listening towards the righteous plank. Well, at least come up with an handful of palatable tales before you goes turning yourself in. 'Cause them Kudas probably won't swallow the truth. Sorry, dude, I don't plan to spend the rest of my life in jail. Fuck them fools. Hey, Sissy Poo's here. Fishing again. What's up, Sissy Poo? Hello, Encrypted. You come to catch more Remora? Sure. Why not? I like how main scenario quest required you to fish. I heard back then you actually had to do a lot of everything. Crafting, gathering, and play multiple job classes to actually become strong enough and have the ability to move the story forward. To actually do the next main scenario quest and move the story forward. Like, progression was pretty slow like a traditional MMO. I think. I don't know though. Oh, you came seeking treasure? That's odd. You're not the first to inquire about such rumors. Oh, really? Who else came through here? Who else are you talking to? There was a brash young pirate. I believe his name was Emmerich. It was said he discovered something on Seal Rock and hid it in these waters. Something powerful. Something best left to the assessors at Melvin's Gate by the sound of it. However, as fate would have it, the Sahagin were also looking for that same treasure. Thus the attacks on Limsa Lominsa. Alas, you will no longer find any treasure here, Encrypted, save for some pretty shells. Stallman fished the real prize out of the sea long ago. And what was that? Still no activity reported from the Serpent Reaver ships off Tiger Helm Isle. Reaver fleet east of Olgamoro has fallen back and is believed to be returning to Pashe for reprovisioning. How do you say that? Maybe the SH is silent, so it's Pashe. I don't know. That is the names. Excuse me. East of Olgamoro. The mineshaft? 5 Reaver ships remain anchored off the God's Grip. Runners sent to Fisherman's Bottom to bid them stay clear of the area. Well, look who the navigator washed ashore. Right kind of you to join me here, Encrypted. Would have been kinder if you'd graced us with your presence before they knocked me teeth out and confiscated me cargo, but I wanted to seem ungrateful. I wouldn't want to seem ungrateful. I skipped a word there. Listen hard now, lad. If you value your pearly whites, all you tell him is that we were on the ship because we thought we saw some fishbacks and we wanted to warn the Commodore. Let him believe we're on their side. Okay, that sounds like they might buy that. Believable. Go on now. Off to that Isidoril character. You'll know who to inform. Or Isidoril. I don't know how to pronounce these names, I'm sorry. Encrypted Ducky! This way. Fucking name, dude. Oh my god. You gotta love the name, the meme name. A prisoner, sir. Did they beat the shit out of us? Was that off screen? Interrogated us, or what happened? Or are they about to? Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to get something to eat for sure. This report says you were seen on one of our surveillance vessels. Now what I want to know is whatever compelled you to voyage into forbidden waters. Yes, spare me the lies. I've already heard Captain Hobbs' rendition. You saw some strange ships and boarded to inform the Commodore... You say you saw a sea serpent? I like how it's in first person for this. Yeah, man, it was Leviathan himself. Looking a lot less blue than I remember him. Commodore! Damn it! Whew. The problem when you have to actually read the text out loud, right? When you fucking yawn, you have to pause. The mission was a success. The serpent has been driven back into the depths. Oh, they survived. That is excellent news. Another victory for the Knights of the Barracuda. Perhaps if you consider tossing that accursed tablet back into the Sea of Victory. Oh, so that's what quelled Leviathan's rage, huh? But of course, sir. When the Sanguine Sirens attacked the custom house believing we had hidden our witnesses there, it allowed us the opportunity to seize the tablet as evidence during the confusion. Sorry, not our witnesses, our witness. Singular. If it were not for the spinner's pull that day, the assessors would never have granted us access to the artifact. Interesting. I would be more inclined to give thanks for our good fortune had Emmerich and Meridolin had not been allowed to escape. A prime opportunity to bring down both the Krakens and the Sirens has slipped through our fingers. Well, you can't have it all, dude. That is true, sir, but there will be other opportunities. Sorry, I wanted to quote Sheva from Resident Evil 5 there for a bit. Possibly, for now. Seems the Sahagin have pulled back out of Leminzen waters. Call back our fleet and inform the docks that the danger is past. Sir! That leaves the matter of one Y'shtola. I believe she may be guilty of espionage. But sir, the Admiral himself said that we owe her a great debt of gratitude for... You heard nothing from the Admiral. Was that clear? I am meeting with Y'shtola in 2 bells. I will inform her that it is in her best interest to confess to her crimes and turn herself in. If I have not returned by sundown, you are to send an armed unit of Yellow Jackets to the God's Grip. That is all. Yes, Commodore. Disquieting tale. Yet there is little evidence with which to convict you. But do not think that I will hesitate to toss you in the brig if I hear you've paid another unannounced visit to one of our ships. On your way, adventurer. You around? Muppet. Now, what would an adventurer be doing all the way out here? Oh? You say you're looking for Stallman? I haven't heard that name used in years. Might you know the lad? Comes here often to drop a line, he does. Though he mostly just brews until it grows too dark for him to see his scowling reflection in the water. Mayhap one day he'll find again that which he lost. I myself come here for much the same reason. Understand yet? Well, you will. You will. Did we talk all night, or did our character just black out? Because this happened. Some kind of weird flashback thing that's been happening the whole game, honestly. There's been times where we're talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden, our character just, like, blacks out, and something else is happening. They, like, start dreaming. They start daydreaming. And something else is going on, then they come back, and they're like, what? What happened? Be forewarned, traveler. Blood shall be spilled here this day. Please don't stab me in the back, Y'shtola. That sounded very ominous. I thought our agreement was to meet alone. And it was. I have little control over the whims of an errant soul. Saying I didn't tell her to come along. But that is of no matter. You claim to have recovered the... Jesus, that was fast. Oh, it's auto-scroll, that's why. You claim to have recovered the treasure of Swallowtail Rome. However, you remain blind to the fell power it embodies. You must entrust it to me before any more lives are lost. Which is the reason why I will not. The power warded within this relic can save the lives of all who call this realm their home. The Admiral has been sent to the Abyss, and now the beast that led him there shall follow. It is simple. What the hell happened to the Admiral? We're missing a crucial cutscene, I think. The Abyss? Are you implying the Admiral was murdered? Oh, never mind, this happened off screen. We didn't miss anything. I have no time for your games, woman. You will tell me how to use the key, or I shall cut the words from your throat with my blade. The Sharlayan Council will not approve of your decision to resort to violence. War will not solve your problems, just as it did not solve our own. You speak as if your people are able to distinguish between battle and war. And I ask you, outsider, which looms before us now? The Sharlayans, huh? It's the first time we hear that name. No answer? It matters not. When the day is done, I shall rule this island and its people. The slow-mo walk, what is up with that? Such a pitiful creature, drunk on power after nary a sip. That happens to a lot of simple-minded folks, unfortunately, Estella. This is your last chance. Tell me the secret of the key and you can go back to your crumbling kingdom in one piece. I think not. Oh! Dodged. Oh, shit! She turned that bullet into a flat pancake and then fucking vanished into thin air. I will never understand what drives the Sharlayans, just as you will never know what drives us. This is intense. You stole it with the... The fuck? Just stopped that with her bare hands. She caught the damn axe blade. Anyway, I gotta see what she did. She do a backflip? I gotta see that again. She actually landed like a cat. I knew I saw something weird. Like, check it out. I was reading the text, so I couldn't see it the first time. It's like, okay, so it's more like a backflip, but it almost looked like she was landing like a cat jumping down off of something. Maybe that was the intention, but it was basically just a backflip. Still, the fact that she caught the damn blade with her hand, what the fuck? Had to have used magic. This is pretty cool. If I didn't have to read text while the action sequence was happening, it'd be a little easier to keep up with it. Okay. So we were obviously seeing a scene that played out at a different point in time. But was it in the future or the past? Once you retrieve the treasure, bring it here. The Sahagin will not approach these waters. Hear you loud and clear, Lake, sir. But do you honestly reckon this plan's gonna work? The Kuda charts are... Yeah, the Kuda charts have been passed on to Travanjet? Okay, I don't know who that is, but... So it follows that the fishbacks will be there waiting for your men. Thing is, what if they ain't no match for him and run? That is when Merodolin will make his entrance. So I'm little more than insurance, eh? How truly inspiring. I am not interested in whether my plans amuse you, boy. Just do as you are told, and when this farce is ended and I sit in the Admiral's chair, you will both have a place at my side. So that's what he's playing at. Oh, shit! Was that a vision of the past? Oh, that answers my question. No? Future? Present? Somewhere else? The Echo. You have been touched by... You can walk the warrens of the past! And now they've introduced the story element of the Echo. This chapter's called Never the Twain Shall Meet.
Something ain't right.
Finally, I get a break. Look at those cloud physics animations. A meteor shower out of nowhere. I don't know what that's about. You can tell this is 2010, because what did I say during FF13? How many slow-mo shots like that did we have in Final Fantasy 13? Like, just a few days ago, especially when they reinvaded Cocoon at the end of the game. Like, I said it before, but like 2010, there was still a lot of heavy Matrix influence in media, man. Like, even though the Matrix was a late 90s, early 2000s trilogy of movies, it just impacted media so hard after that. Every fucking video game and movie wanted to do something with slow-mo after that shit. You see a lot of that here, dude. There's so many slow-mo action sequences and shots, it's crazy. Now, who's this asshole? I mean, I know we've seen him before, but I forgot his name. Trust me, there's a cutscene at the end of this long-ass video, which we'll get to in a few days. It has the Matrix written all over it. Like, it's just an over-the-top action-packed sequence. You'll see when we get there. It's crazy. But yeah, you can tell most of the budget for FF14 1.0 went to the presentation, cinematics and all that. Power as this does not belong in the hands of your kind. Oh, that's Travenchet. Okay. The fuck? Did he just absorb it? Literally. She's a cat. You alright, Stola? Knock the fuck out. And the hair, the ponytail hair just totally clipped to the fucking ground. Great. And so did part of her hands. Jesus. You alright? Looks like I was right. This one hears the echo as well. I'd better take him somewhere safe. It keeps throwing me off, the fact that the text doesn't adapt to your character's gender. But also, I like how I just said they put a lot of the budget into presentation, and then we literally just saw a graphical error with the hair and the hands clipping to the floor. It's like, okay, they went to certain aspects of presentation, okay? Welcome back to the land of the living, laddie. Thanks, Batteron. An old friend of mine was kind enough to carry you back to the wench after your tumble down at the grip. Had the local leech give you the once over, but he couldn't find nothing misplaced. Was worried you might have come down with the green rot. The hell's green rot? Scurvy? I'm guessing just because I know that was something that happens in some kind of disease you can get in the ocean, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about. The hell's the green rot? When the fog's cleared out your head, best you go and give your proper Gramercies to old Blackburn. What the hell is Gramercies? Gramercies, sorry. Time to look up that word. Seems like the inn room or the hotel room for Limsa hasn't changed much. Big ass beautiful window. Anyway, said he'd be making his way back to Ul'dah, to some old called the Wakened Sands found buried deep within the shadows of the Merchant's Ward. Told me to let you know he'd be waiting, but only once you've put a little meat on your bones. AKA go out there and grind and level up. If you ask me, Ul'dah ain't more than a sand-crusted pile of puckdung, bacon in the desert sun, and the last place I'd send a friend. But you'd be a fool to turn your back on the call of fate. Oh, look at you. Tove be with you, Encrypted. Aye, I'll ring you on the ether once I think you're ready for old Blackburn. And remember, if you ever need an hand, you just holler, Savi? Thanks, Bedron. You're a bro. This is a new chapter, I believe. Yep, that's the end of the Limsa storyline. And now starts the Gridanian one, which is a good place to take a break. Or end the stream, depending on how I feel, but honestly, I think I can keep going. Let me see, what time is it? Okay, so I actually went over by 17 minutes. And it's dark as hell in my room now. I definitely gotta turn on the light. But yeah, so I went over by 17 minutes. I said I was only gonna go over by 7. That means the second part of this will be a little shorter. But not to worry. because I usually go until my stream time says 4 hours. So yeah, the next segment will probably just be an hour and a half. But yeah, I think I'll do it. Let's see, 2 hours from now, minus 17 minutes. Yeah, that's a good time to end. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take my usual 5-10 minute break here. And turn on the light too. Get something to eat real quick, and be back to do another, excuse me, another like hour and a half of this. Which will hopefully get us through all of the Gridania intro, now that we've seen all the Limsa one. Or 1.0. And I don't have to be readjusting, you know, I don't have to readjust the volume levels anymore, because it was only the opening movie that was really super quiet. So, yeah. Alright folks, I'll be right back in about 5-10 minutes, as usual. And if you're watching on YouTube, you know, go on over to the next video. This one's about to end. So, see you in a bit, folks.